Lisbon is amazing on its own, but one of the best things about staying in Lisbon is how many incredible places you can visit just outside the city. Stunning beaches, royal palaces, charming medieval towns, even famous pilgrimage sites, all less than 90 minutes away using the fastest public transport alternative. And the best part, you get to explore all of that while keeping your base in Lisbon, no need to pack and unpack. In this video we'll share our top 11 day trips so you can make your time in Lisbon even more unforgettable. Hola, ¿qué tal? Hello and welcome to the channel where we want you to be happier traveling through Spain and Portugal with the help of our self-guided walking tours. We'll jump into the list in just a moment, but a quick reminder first. We already have dedicated videos here in the channel about each of the places you are going to see today. You will find all the links in the first comment below the video. So if one of the day trips catches your eye, you can dive deeper and get all the practical details. Alright, let's get started. We've arranged the day trips in alphabetical order and stick around until the end. We'll share some tips to help you figure out which destination is the best fit for your style of travel. Our first stop is Cabo da Roca, Rock Cape, the westernmost point of continental Europe. The Portuguese poet Luís de Camões once called it the place where the land ends and the sea begins. And when you are standing on those dramatic cliffs overlooking the endless Atlantic, you will see why it's such a special spot. Cabo da Roca is stunning, but it's also busy. Tour buses arrive throughout the day, and when they do, the place can feel overwhelming. The best strategy is to come early in the morning or close to sunset, when the crowds thin out and the atmosphere is magical. Also keep in mind it's not really a full day destination. You will probably spend just an hour or two here, which makes it a perfect extension to a trip to Sintra or Cascais. You could reach Cabo da Roca by car from Lisbon. From either Sintra or Cascais, the simplest way to reach Cabo da Roca is a ride share. Bolt and Uber are both available in the area. If you prefer public transport, there are two minibus lines that serve the Cape. One makes a round trip from Sintra and the other one connects Sintra and Cascais with a stop at the Cape. Cascais is one of the classic day trips from Lisbon, a town that combines elegance with a laid-back coastal vibe. Once a humble fishing village, it later became the summer retreat of Portuguese royalty, and you can still feel that mix of tradition and sophistication today. Picture cobblestone streets, tile houses, golden beaches, and a marina full of sailboats, all framed by the Atlantic Ocean. What makes Cascais stand out is how much variety it offers in just one destination. You can wander its historic center, relax on the beaches, stroll along the seaside promenade, or head out to Boca do Inferno, the Hell's Mouth, a dramatic cliff formation. There are also a few excellent museums worth checking out. With so much to see and do, we recommend dedicating a full day to Cascais. And here's our biggest tip. Don't try to squeeze it into the same day as Sintra. Both places deserve their own time, and combining them means you will miss the best of each. Cascais is just over 30 kilometers from central Lisbon. While you could drive, parking in Cascais can be tricky, so we suggest skipping the car and taking the train instead. Trains leave regularly from Cais do Sodré station in Lisbon and get you to Cascais in under an hour. It's easy, convenient and stress-free. In our dedicated video on Cascais, we walk you through exactly how to buy your ticket and pay for the trip step by step. Visiting Cristo Rei, Christ the King, feels like a little adventure just across the river from Lisbon. The trip begins with a short boat ride across the Tagus River from Cais to Sodré, a scenic crossing that already rewards you with beautiful views of Lisbon's skyline. Once you arrive on the other side, you will need to climb up to the monument itself. The sanctuary of Cristo Rei was inspired by Rio de Janeiro's Christ the Redeemer, and standing at the base of the statue is impressive enough. But the real highlight are the views. Whether you climb up to the top platform or simply stand at the front terrace, you will be treated to a breathtaking perspective of Lisbon. The 25th of April suspension bridge stretches out right beneath your feet, with the city and the river unfolding in front of you. It's a view of Lisbon you will not find anywhere else. Plan to spend around half a day on this trip, and if you can, treat yourself to some delicious fish or seafood in Casillas before heading back across the river. To get to Cristo Rei, take the ferry from Cais to Sodré terminal to Casillas, and from there you could take a bus or a ride-sharing service to reach the monument. In our dedicated Cristo Rei video, we guide you step by step on how to do the trip and even suggest a stop along the way. Fátima is one of the most important Catholic pilgrimage sites in the world, drawing millions of visitors each year. It became famous after the reported apparitions of the Virgin Mary to 3 shepherd children in 1917, and today the sanctuary of Fátima is a vast religious complex with 2 basilicas, the Chapel of the Apparitions, and a huge esplanade that can hold hundreds of thousands of worshippers. Even if you are not religious, witnessing the devotion of the pilgrims and the scale of the sanctuary is really interesting. Plan at least 2 hours to explore the sanctuary complex, which is much larger than many visitors expect. If you are traveling to Fátima primarily for religious reasons, you could easily spend a full day here, especially if you want to attend Mass or participate in the candlelight procession at the end of the day, a moment that gathers thousands of faithful in an atmosphere that's both solemn and unforgettable. Fátima is about 125 kilometers north of Lisbon, and you can reach it either by car or by bus. The train is not a good option, as the station named Fátima is actually located far away from the city itself. If you'd prefer a hassle-free experience, Fátima is also included in many organized day trips from Lisbon, often combined with stops in other places like Nazaré and Óbidos. We'll leave the link below to our video where we share all the details of the tour we did that included those 3 destinations. Mafra is best known for its monumental palace monastery, one of the largest buildings in Portugal and a true symbol of the country's Baroque era. Built in the 18th century under King John V, it combines a royal palace, a monastery, and a basilica, all in one enormous complex. Inside you will find lavishly decorated halls, one of Europe's most beautiful libraries, and a basilica. Mafra offers a glimpse into Portugal's golden age, when wealth from Brazil funded grandiose projects that still impress today. The highlight of a trip to Mafra is visiting the palace itself, and you'll want to allow at least half a day to explore not only the interior of the palace but also the beautiful gardens next to the building. Keep in mind that the palace is closed on Tuesdays, so plan accordingly. For a more detailed walkthrough of what to see inside and how to make the most of your visit, check out our dedicated video on Mafra. Mafra is about 40 kilometers from Lisbon. The most straightforward way to get there is by car or ride-sharing service. You can also reach Mafra by bus, but the train is not a practical option since the railway station is located far from the town. Nazaré is a coastal town with dramatic cliffs, colorful fishing village charm, and most famously, its gigantic waves. Every winter, surfers from around the world come here to ride some of the tallest waves on the planet. But Nazaré isn't just for thrill seekers. Its charming town center features narrow streets, traditional fishermen's houses, and a lively seafront where you can savor fresh seafood while gazing at the Atlantic. The mix of natural beauty, cultural authenticity, and adrenaline-fueled spectacle makes Nazaré a unique destination not that far from Lisbon. Actually, since Nazaré is the farthest day trip on our list, plan to dedicate a full day to exploring it. Keep in mind that the giant waves only appear on certain days during winter, so don't base your visit solely on catching the surf. They are impressive when they appear, but they are unpredictable. Even without the waves, the town itself, its cliffs, and its ocean views make the trip worthwhile. You can reach Nazaré by car or by bus, with the journey taking about an hour and 45 minutes. There is no train service directly to the town. If you prefer a stress-free day, Nazaré can also be visited as part of an organized trip, often combined with Fátima and Óbidos. Óbidos is a charming medieval town that feels like stepping back in time. Surrounded by perfectly preserved walls, its narrow cobblestone streets are lined with whitewashed houses adorned with colorful shutters and many flowers. The town's castle, now a posada historic hotel, towers over the rooftops, and small artisan shops, quaint cafes, and local liquor stores add to its fairy tale charm. Óbidos is not just visually stunning, it's also a lively cultural hub. Plan to dedicate a full day to Óbidos as there's plenty to explore in this charming medieval town. Wander its cobblestone streets, visit the castle, and enjoy the artisan shops and cafes tucked into the historic houses. One experience you shouldn't miss is tasting the local ginja, a cherry liqueur traditionally served in small chocolate cups that you eat afterwards. Delicious! Óbidos is about 85 kilometers north of Lisbon. You can drive, but keep in mind that cars are not allowed inside the historic center, so you will need to park outside the walls. Alternatively, you can take a bus from Lisbon, which takes just over an hour and drops you near the town entrance. Queluz is often described as the Portuguese Versailles, a stunning 18th century palace located just outside Lisbon. Once the summer residence of the royal family, it is one of the most elegant examples of Rococo architecture in Portugal. Inside you will find beautifully decorated halls with gilded details and walls covered with tiles, while outside the gardens are laid out in a harmonious mix of fountains, statues, more tiles, and manicured lawns. Queluz gives visitors a glimpse into the refined court life of Portugal's past in a more relaxed setting than other royal palaces. A visit to Queluz is usually calmer than Sintra or Mafra, making it a perfect choice if you want to enjoy history and architecture without the big crowds. You can explore the palace at your own pace and then take a relaxing walk through the gardens. Half a day should be enough for the visit. Queluz is located about 15 kilometers from the center of Lisbon. You could drive or take a ride-sharing service. If you decide to use public transport, the easiest way to get to Queluz is by train from Rocio station, with Queluz Belas being the stop you'll want. From there, you'll walk to the palace. As before, we'll leave a link in the first comment below the video to our full Queluz guide. Sesimbra is a charming fishing town nestled between the Atlantic Ocean and the mountains of the Arrábida Natural Park. Known for its beautiful sandy beaches, crystal clear waters, and fresh seafood, it's a favorite spot for both sun seekers and food lovers. The town also offers a touch of history with its medieval castle overlooking the bay and quaint streets lined with colorful houses. Its combination of natural beauty, gastronomy and historic charm makes Sesimbra a relaxing and rewarding day trip from Lisbon. Actually, if you are going in winter, Sesimbra is perfect for a half-day visit, whereas a full-day visit would be ideal during the summer. For a scenic experience, take a ride up to the castle for panoramic views of the town and the ocean. Sesimbra is about 40 kilometers south of Lisbon. You can reach it by car, which is convenient for exploring nearby beaches and the hills, or by bus, departing from Sete Rios station, which takes roughly an hour and 20 minutes from Lisbon. You can also combine Sesimbra with an organized trip around the Arrábida Natural Park nearby. On the first comment below, we will leave you a link to the organized trip we did combining Sesimbra and the area around it. Setúbal is a lively port city known for its fresh seafood and for having one of the best food markets in Portugal and for its stunning natural surroundings. Situated at the mouth of the Sado River, it's a gateway to the Arrábida Natural Park, offering dramatic cliffs, secluded beaches and scenic hiking trails. Setúbal also has a rich cultural scene with historic churches, lively squares, museums and a vibrant waterfront perfect for strolling. Its mix of gastronomy, nature and authentic Portuguese charm makes it a must-visit on a Lisbon day trip. Dedicate at least a full day to Setúbal, and while there, don't miss tasting choco frito, fried cuttlefish, the most famous local dish. If you enjoy boat trips, during the summer season you can consider a short dolphin watching tour in the Sado River estuary for a memorable experience. Setúbal is about 50 kilometers south of Lisbon. You can reach it by car or by train, with the train taking under 60 minutes. Buses are also an option. Once in Setúbal, most attractions are within walking distance. Link below the video to the video where we show you what to do in Setúbal in detail. And last but not least, Sintra is a fairy tale town nestled in the Sintra mountains, famous for its romantic palaces, lush gardens and historic estates. From the colorful Pena Palace perched on a hilltop to the mysterious Quinta da Regaleira with its hidden tunnels and enchanting gardens, Sintra feels like stepping into a storybook. Its UNESCO World Heritage status is well deserved as the town combines natural beauty with remarkable architecture and rich history. Most valuable tip, Sintra deserves a full day to explore properly. Start early to visit the main palaces and gardens and consider buying tickets in advance to skip the lines. Wear comfortable shoes. Many of the attractions are on hills or require walking through large gardens. While it's tempting to combine Sintra with nearby destinations like Cabo da Roca, we recommend once again focusing on Sintra alone to really enjoy everything it has to offer. Unless, of course, you are spending the night in Sintra, a wise choice. Sintra is about 30 kilometers from Lisbon and is very easy to reach by train from Rocio station. Trains run frequently and take under 1 hour. You could also drive, but parking is limited in the historic center and you will not be able to drive up the hills. On the first comment below the video, link to our most recent video on Sintra with plenty of information on that day trip. With so many amazing options, you might be wondering which day trip is right for you. The truth is there is no single best choice. It really depends on your interests, the time you have available, and how Lisbon fits into your wider itinerary in Portugal. To make it easier, let's go through a few quick scenarios. If it's your first time in Lisbon, the classic choice and one you simply cannot go wrong with is Sintra. If you enjoy packed days full of sights where you will be walking from early morning until evening, Cascais, Setúbal and Sintra are excellent options. Love the outdoors, Cabo da Roca, Nazaré, Sesimbra and Sintra all deliver wonderful open-air experiences. Traveling during the summer beach season, then Cascais, Nazaré, Sesimbra and Setúbal should be at the top of your list. And for history and heritage lovers, Mafra, Óbidos, Queluz, Setúbal and Sintra will feel especially rewarding. Before you make your choice, here's one last tip. Many visitors to Lisbon end up making a few common mistakes when planning their trip, and we'd love to help you avoid them. On the screen right now you will see our video where we go over the biggest pitfalls travelers face in Lisbon. Watch it next so your trip can be smooth, memorable and mistake-free. We're waiting for you on that video.